Beneath the red dust of the Great Rift Valley and the towering shadows of Mount Kilimanjaro, a silent revolution is unfolding. A geological drama so immense it will one day redraw the map of the world. Africa is literally tearing itself apart. Across thousands of kilometers, from the arid deserts of Ethiopia to the lush lakes of Malawi, an invisible force is at work, cracking the earth open, inch by inch. Entire regions are sinking, mountains are rising, volcanoes are awakening, and deep fissures, some stretching for miles, are marking the slow birth of something extraordinary. A new ocean, a new coastline, a new Africa. This isn't science fiction, it's science in motion. For millions of years, tectonic forces have been pulling the continent apart along a massive scar known as the East African Rift System, one of the most dramatic and active geological features on Earth. And while the final separation won't happen for another 5 to 10 million years, the signs are already here. Earthquakes rattling villages, lava lakes bubbling in the Danakil Depression, and vast valleys where the Earth seems to yawn open. But this is more than a geological curiosity. The splitting of Africa could reshape everything: the climate, the ecosystems, even the political future of nations. And at the center of it all are the people, millions living above a sleeping giant they cannot see, but whose movement will shape the destiny of generations. So what exactly is happening beneath the surface of Africa? What does it mean for the future of the continent and the world? Let's take a journey into the depths of the earth, where molten rock meets ancient crust, and where the past, present, and future of Africa collide in a story unlike any other. Africa, the second largest continent on Earth, is undergoing one of the most significant geological transformations of our era: the gradual splitting of the continent into two. This process, driven by powerful tectonic forces beneath the Earth's surface, has fascinated geologists for decades and has profound implications for the future geography, climate, ecosystems, and even the political map of Africa. The phenomenon, known as rifting, is slowly tearing the continent apart along the East African Rift System, a massive fracture that stretches thousands of kilometers from the Red Sea down through Mozambique. Though this process will take millions of years to complete, evidence of this continental breakup is already visible in the form of earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, vast rift valleys, and the formation of new oceanic basins. To understand this monumental shift, it is essential to examine the mechanics behind plate tectonics. The Earth's crust is divided into several large plates that float atop a semi-fluid layer of molten rock in the mantle. These plates are constantly moving, albeit slowly, driven by the heat and convection currents beneath the surface. Where these plates interact, they create different types of boundaries: convergent, where they collide; divergent, where they move apart; and transform, where they slide past one another. The East African Rift System represents a divergent boundary, where the African plate is splitting into two distinct plates: the Nubian plate to the west and the Somali plate to the east. The divergence is happening at a rate of a few millimeters to centimeters per year, a seemingly insignificant movement that, over millions of years, can lead to the formation of an entirely new ocean. The East African Rift System is one of the most dramatic examples of continental rifting in the world. Stretching over 6,000 kilometers, it includes a series of rift valleys, deep lakes, and active volcanoes. The rift begins in the Afar Triple Junction in northeastern Ethiopia, where the Arabian, Nubian, and Somali plates meet. From there, it runs through Eritrea, Ethiopia, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Malawi, Zambia, and into Mozambique. Along its path, the landscape is marked by immense geological features, including the Great Rift Valley, Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Kenya, and a series of elongated lakes such as Lake Tanganyika, Lake Malawi, and Lake Turkana. These lakes are often extremely deep and form within the rift valleys created by the sinking of the Earth's crust. The Afar region in Ethiopia is particularly significant because it is here that the splitting process is most advanced. In 2005, geologists observed the formation of a 60-kilometer-long crack in the ground in just a few days, an extraordinary event that demonstrated how quickly tectonic changes can occur when conditions are right. The crack was caused by magma intruding into the Earth's crust, forcing the surface apart. Such activity is a clear indication that the lithosphere, the rigid outer layer of the Earth, is thinning and may eventually rupture completely, allowing seawater to flood in and form a new ocean basin. Volcanic activity is another hallmark of the rifting process. The East African Rift is home to numerous volcanoes, many of which are active. Mount Nyiragongo in the Democratic Republic of Congo is one of the most dangerous. With fast-flowing lava and a history of deadly eruptions, Mount Erta Ale in Ethiopia is one of the few volcanoes in the world with a persistent lava lake. These volcanoes are the result of magma rising through the thinning crust, and their activity provides valuable clues about what is happening deep beneath the surface. Over time, as the rift widens and the crust continues to thin, this volcanic activity is expected to increase, eventually leading to the birth of a new oceanic ridge, similar to the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Earthquakes also accompany the rifting process. Although most of the seismic activity in the region is relatively low in magnitude, compared to areas like the Pacific Ring of Fire, the East African Rift does experience significant tremors. These earthquakes occur as the Earth's crust adjusts to the stresses of pulling apart. In regions where infrastructure is poorly developed, even moderate earthquakes can have devastating consequences for local populations. For example, in 2008, an earthquake in the Lake Kivu region between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo killed dozens of people and injured hundreds more. From a scientific perspective, the splitting of Africa is a unique opportunity to study continental breakup in real time. While the process is too slow to observe directly over short timescales, the cumulative evidence from geological surveys, satellite data, and seismic monitoring provides a detailed picture of how continents fragment. Understanding this process not only deepens our knowledge of Earth's dynamic systems, but also has practical implications. For example, identifying areas at risk of earthquakes or volcanic eruptions can help mitigate the human cost of natural disasters. Furthermore, rift zones are often rich in natural resources, including geothermal energy, minerals, and hydrocarbons, which can be harnessed for economic development. Consequences. The implications of Africa's continental split are profound and multifaceted. Geographically, it will eventually lead to the formation of a new ocean, possibly called the Afar Ocean, separating parts of East Africa from the rest of the continent. This would create a new island landmass made up of present-day Ethiopia, Somalia, Kenya, Tanzania, and parts of Mozambique. This change would alter not only the physical geography of Africa, but also ocean currents, climate patterns, and ecosystems. For instance, the creation of a new ocean could influence rainfall distribution across the continent, with potential consequences for agriculture, water resources, and biodiversity. Politically and economically, the splitting of the continent raises complex questions. New coastlines would be formed, potentially shifting maritime boundaries and exclusive economic zones. Countries that are currently landlocked could find themselves with access to the sea, transforming their economies and strategic importance. Conversely, areas prone to tectonic activity could face increased risks to infrastructure, human life, and economic development. Governments and regional organizations will need to plan for these long-term changes, investing in disaster preparedness, sustainable development, and scientific research. The human dimension is also critical. Millions of people live along the East African Rift, many of them in rural or impoverished communities. These populations are often highly vulnerable to natural disasters and may lack the resources to adapt to geological changes. As rifting progresses, it may trigger displacement, land disputes, and pressure on resources such as water and arable land. Managing these challenges will require coordinated efforts at the local, national, and continental levels, emphasizing resilience, education, and infrastructure development. Despite the potential dangers, the rifting of Africa also presents opportunities. The geothermal energy potential of the East African Rift is immense and largely untapped. Countries like Kenya and Ethiopia are already investing in geothermal power plants, which offer a clean and renewable source of energy. Harnessing this energy could reduce dependence on fossil fuels, improve energy access, and support sustainable growth. Additionally, the region's unique geological and ecological features make it a hotspot for tourism, which, if managed responsibly, could generate income and promote conservation. From a cultural and historical perspective, the East African Rift is deeply significant. It is often referred to as the cradle of humanity because some of the oldest hominid fossils have been discovered in this region. The shifting landscape that is now being reshaped by tectonic forces is the same terrain that shaped the evolution of early humans. The Great Rift Valley has not only geological importance, but also anthropological and archaeological value, providing insights into our origins and the environments our ancestors inhabited. In the long run, the complete splitting of the African continent is inevitable, but it will not happen in our lifetime. Estimates suggest that it will take tens of millions of years for a fully developed ocean basin to form. However, the process is already underway, and its effects are being felt today. By understanding and preparing for these changes, Africa has the chance to turn a potential geological challenge into an opportunity for innovation, growth, and unity. Investments in science, education, and infrastructure can help ensure that the continent is not caught off guard by the changes to come. The story of Africa's splitting is a reminder of the Earth's restless nature. It shows that continents are not fixed and eternal, but fluid and dynamic. Africa is not just a land of ancient history and cultural richness. It is a land in motion, literally being rewritten beneath our feet. As the continent gradually tears apart, it forces us to reckon with the power of natural forces and the need for human adaptation. This transformation is not just a scientific curiosity, it is a call for foresight, resilience, and visionary leadership. In conclusion, Africa's continental rifting is a powerful testament to the dynamic nature of our planet. While the full impact of this phenomenon may take millions of years to unfold, its signs are already visible and significant. From the volcanic peaks of East Africa to the deep rift lakes and seismic tremors beneath the surface, the continent is undergoing a profound geological transformation. The splitting of Africa raises questions not just about the physical landscape, but about the future of its people, nations, and resources. Will Africa be prepared for the new world that is emerging beneath its soil? Can this geological shift become a catalyst for unity, innovation, and sustainable development? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the continent is not standing still. Africa is on the move, and in more ways than one, it is splitting toward a new future. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our videos. See you on our next one.